All right, we are going to be doing 10, 11, 12. They are set up ever so slightly differently and have some different kind of setup situations. They don't automatically give you the arc or the angle that you're solving with. So if we think about it, here's this angle, 7x plus 6 is in here. We need to know what this arc is in order to even start solving for x. So in order to find that arc, I need to know this arc over here. I already know 78. The nice thing about this arc, YW, is that it has an inscribed angle. I'm going to take 114 times 2 to figure out my angle, my big arc over here. 114 times 2, which is 228 degrees. So I have 78 degrees, 228 degrees. I need to figure out that arc XY. So XY is essentially 360 minus those other two pieces, minus 78 and minus 228. It's the whole circle minus this arc and this arc. And so 360 minus 78 minus 228, that gives me 54 degrees. So XY over here is 54 degrees. So I now know my arc and I now know my angle. And so we're going to use that same idea that we've written at the top. My arc equals 2 times my angle. So my arc, 54, equals 2 times my angle, 7x plus 6. That is going to be the equation I start solving for. We'll distribute and we'll do some subtraction and division. So distributing first, 2 times 7 is 14x. And 2 times 6 is 12. So 54 equals 14x plus 12. And then I want to get x by itself. So I'm going to subtract by 12. That gets rid of those 12s. 54 minus 12 leaves me with 42. And my last step here, 14x, in order to get rid of that 14, I'm going to divide by 14. Kind of run another room there. 42 divided by 14 is 3. And that is my final answer for number 10. So I didn't know the arc, so I had to kind of work my way backwards and find the arc in order to set up my equation. The goal is to know your arc and your angle so that you can set up an equation. All right, 11, let's look at this. We need to know this arc. We're given an angle, but we need to know my arc AC. So same idea, AC, let's subtract from 360. 360 minus these other two arcs, 92 and minus 162. That gives me 106 degrees. So this arc is 106 degrees and my angle is 7x minus 10. So again, we're going to do arc equals 2 times my angle. So my arc is 106 and 2 times my angle would be 2 times 7x minus 10. So let's go ahead and distribute and solve for this. 2 times 7 is 14x. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. I'm going to add my negative 20 or minus 20. The opposite of that would be plus 20. So I'm going to add 20 to both sides. And that leaves me with 14x equals 126. And my last step is to divide by 14. And so I get 126 divided by 14, which is 9. All right, last example. We are given an angle. We need to know this arc in order to then solve for this arc over here. I'm not going to end up setting it up in an equation like this because really all I'm going to do is take 67. Should I be multiplying times 2 or dividing by 2 to find this arc QS? I should be multiplying times 2. So 67 times 2 gives me 134 degrees. So this arc is 134, this arc's 120. I need to know what this arc is. Well, let's do 360 minus both those pieces, minus 120 and minus 134. That's going to give me that arc RS. And so that's actually 106 degrees here. So this equals 106 degrees. If I can backtrack my way to this arc right here, I had to multiply by 2 to figure out this arc, but this arc doesn't have an inscribed angle. Instead, all I'm going to do is set up the equation 5x plus 21 equals 106. Because that's what this arc RS is, 106. 360 minus 120 minus 134 gives me 106. That's the equation I'm going to solve. So let's go ahead and subtract 21 to both sides. And I get 5x equals 106 minus 21, which is 85 degrees. And then, of course, at the very end, I'm going to divide by 5. And so 85 divided by 5 is 17. That is my final answer. So you should have already done 9 and 10 on the last slide. You're going to use these examples to help you out with number 11 and 12 on the next slide.